Is it me, or did that countdown music sound like the love music to like a current day modern Gen Z, Gen Alpha related show? I was watching Cobra Kai. Well, I'm still currently watching it, finishing up. Now, currently on the sixth season. So once I'm done with that, that's a show that I've always wanted to talk about once I'm completed with the entire series. But watching Cobra Kai, and it sounds like the music between the two main characters, one of the two main characters that are in love with each other. So I had to look up, and I'm like, did I accidentally hit play on Cobra Kai? I don't know. Anyway, welcome to my house, to my home. Welcome to my castle. Welcome to my lair, my fortress of solitude of sorts. Hi, welcome. My name is Josh Quevedo. You know what? Let's do this again. Okay, ready? Take two. Let's do over. Okay, ready? Hi there. Welcome back. Anyway, where were we last time? I don't remember. I don't care. So there's things that have happened. Snow White was released. No White was released, and I was watching the real BBC, and as goes, No White continues to perform. And it's just this movie is just it is the textbook example of absolute chaotic failure. The fact that Rachel Zegler posted on her Instagram, number one movie in the world. Yeah. That's like saying, yeah, we're like, you know, let's go to 7-Eleven because they have the best hot dogs right now in this block. You know what I'm saying? When you live in Chicago, why are you going to 7-Eleven? Go and get a real fucking hot dog. But yeah, it's so out of touch with reality. It is very, very cringe, as the kids say these days. But Rachel Ziegler, my goodness, there's people out there that are acting dumb. Now, I understand if you don't have social media and if you don't follow any of this stuff and you're not in the know and you're just a regular, normal moviegoer who just wants to take their kids to go see a Disney film that happens to be Snow White, great. I understand. And you're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just coming in to watch a movie and that's it. But we live in 2025 now where the internet exists and people talk. And so there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the Snow White movie starring Rachel Zegler, directed by Mark Webb. And Mark Webb, look, people are like, this movie's directed by Mark Webb. Okay, so he he made like one mediocre Spider Man movie and one really terrible one. So I don't know. Going into this movie, it's look, you get all of the familiarisms, okay? You're like, oh, that's from Snow White, the colors and all that stuff, but that's not enough to invest the audience in and buy this and go, okay, I'm in. Unfortunately, its main star decided to just pretty much tell 50% of the country to go fuck themselves. Well, you're not going to have a lot of moviegoers very eager to go and see your film. It's not a thing where it's because it's a girl. It's not a sexism thing. It's not a woke thing. It is a Rachel Ziegler thing. And what I found ironic about this movie is that it just seems like they dialed her back in this movie. Like she was the star, but she wasn't really the star. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. It's their film. And in a movie with the title character's named Snow White, who is supposed to be the main character, she really did get sidelined by a lot of other things in the film. So now my criticism of her in the movie, was she great? No. Is she talented in singing? Yes. I just don't buy her as Snow White. And it's not like I'm just look. I know people are sitting there going like, "Oh God, look at this dude, bro, talking about Snow White like he actually cares." I really don't care. Um, but it's fun to talk about it because it's a thing where like I really don't have any dog in this fight, so I don't care if it's successful or if it isn't, you know. But the fact that it isn't doesn't shock me. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, she opened her fucking mouth and just spewed out all this weird nonsense, this weird nonsense, and she's just so she comes off as pretentious, self-centered, and really stupid. And I'm not talking about in the sense stupid, like she's just dumb. I'm talking about, well, yeah, no, that is what I'm talking about. She is dumb because I was going to try to see if there I could figure out some way to not completely disrespect her, but let's get real. She's a fucking idiot because she is very unaware of her surroundings. She is not reading the room at all. And it's been a couple of years since this movie has been completed. So you'd think that somebody with the platform that she has and the influence that she could influence, she would use that as something other than just a platform for activism. We've got Hollywood, which is already a activist platform already. Um, Hollywood is, for some reason, Hollywood has amnesia, as if it wasn't just down to earth and just also a little bit racist, but it's it's a lot of the pandering that is getting a lot of people who that they are pandering to waking up going something's weird here. And that's why a lot of these things don't work. Snow White is a movie that should have worked. It's the movie that changed animation. You know, it's the movie that kickstart Disney and the Disney films and its legacy and all of this stuff that we used to enjoy at least 20 years ago. So you've got the seven dwarves, which are all CGI, and it's really weird. Now, for those of you that are like, why did they CGI dwarves and not just get little people to perform? Here's why. Peter fucking Dinklage. Peter Dinklage is it's just a fucking massive moron, um, an asshole. And look, he's talented. He's a brilliant actor. He did fine in Game of Thrones. He wasn't like the be all end all of all that shit. I mean, Game of Thrones got terrible towards the end. So, and his character got really stupid. Um, but Peter Dinklage had that big, massive check from the movie Elf, and from there on, he was pretty much the unofficial spokesman of Little People Everywhere. So, with him going on this podcast and ranting about uh, the seven dwarves about to be portrayed on screen because this is when they began the production for Snow White, he went on a podcast and just talked shit and pretended because he I don't think he was really genuine. It comes off as a performance complaint that he thinks it's offensive to have little people, you know, portray the seven dwarves. For some reason, that bothered him. Um, he decided to be the spokesman for little people everywhere, even those who are looking for jobs, who want to work other than just being the gimmick of whatever they are hired to do. Snow White was supposed to be the movie to give actors like Warwick Davis and all of them, Peter Dinklage, like all of the small actors, midgets, okay, let's just be real, giving them jobs, okay? There were seven dwarves in this movie, and there are seven little people that won't ever get a job. You know, when you pander hard. But when you pander hard, sometimes it backfires really, really fast and really fucking hard, like a sock in the face. Um, why were they CGI? Why did they listen to Peter Dinklage? It's Disney. Disney is how can I put it? They were like the kid in school who was really terrible but terrible to the teachers, not terrible to the students. Um, you know, he's considered a nightmare, but to us kids, he was funny, he was smart, he was great to talk to, all that stuff, right? Bear with me here with this stupid analogy. But then the next year, the kid becomes a hall monitor. The kid becomes a tattletale. The kid becomes offended for everything because he wants to, be on the right side of things. And that's what Disney is. Disney just used to just be Disney. They did some creative shit. They were innovators. They did so much. This is the same fucking studio that did Aladdin, The Lion King, uh, the list goes Toy Story with Pixar and all of those things. Now, holy shit, they've been flop after flop. Captain America, uh, stupid fucking world, flopped. Now, as many people out there that are Marvel fans, or just people who, let's be real, who are just feel guilty, okay, want to take this and make it into a win, going like, well, look, see, it's actually good because look. No, the movie, flopped. We all knew it was going to tank. We just didn't know it was going to tank that hard. And that's what happens when you have a Captain America movie without Captain America in it. The result is right there for you. With this film, Snow White, the result was dog shit. And frankly, I'm glad that it's already out because I'm tired of hearing about this movie. I'm tired of talking about Rachel Zegler. I'm tired of hearing about all this stuff. It's annoying already. The Seven Dwarves are creepy. It should have been actors performing. And if you don't want to have little people in your film, well, then I guess you could have gone in the Gimli route, which is you could take an actor or actors like the Hobbits and Lord of the Rings and do something really fucking cool. But instead, they CGI'd them, and one of them looks like John Campea. But in this case, when you have a movie like this, um, that comes out, it's supposed to be surrounded by enthusiasm. And this movie was just surrounded by controversy. Well, why is that? And the narrative out there is that I've been hearing this shit everywhere is that a lot of people just don't like female driven films. It's fucking Snow White, dude. Okay. It has been a movie for decades. All right. Uh, any of you watching this, Snow White has been happening for almost 100 years before we were all born. Okay, so that argument is dumb. Just make a good movie. Here's the thing: you take a girl's property. Okay, Snow White is a girl's property. No one's afraid to call it that. But when we call Star Wars a boys' franchise, everyone fucking has diaper rash. But Snow White is a girl's franchise. Okay, it's a girl film. It's not really a it's made for girls, little fucking girls, okay, that adults and perhaps some boys happen to like, and that's fine. This movie should have been surrounded by enthusiasm. This movie should have been, the hype should have been insane. If you want to change certain things from the movie, that's fine. I even thought that was a little stupid. I thought that didn't, I don't understand why you just couldn't keep the original ending. Uh, but I get it because, Disney's like, no, we just have to have her just be the best at everything. And it just doesn't work. It comes off very cheap, hollow, and bland. What else? Oh yeah, was there a prince in this film? No, but they had a guy who replaced that role because you just simply can't have male role models in a movie, especially in a Disney film, because that's toxic masculinity. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. The greatest films ever made and will be ever, okay, were the ones that did those things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's guys, boys and girls, Gen Zers out there, Gen Alphas. Fuck out of here with all that. Uh Listen up, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now. A little romance in your stories between a girl and a boy. It isn't bigotry. There's no hate amongst that. It's perfectly normal. It's normal. Okay, it's normal. You know what's not normal? Calling a dude a chick and saying, "Ah, it's just science." No, it's not. Relationships in movies, it needs to happen more because I feel like Hollywood is trying to groom its younger audience into going, "Don't listen to your parents, and you don't have to fall in love with that boy or that girl. In fact, just piss everyone off by trying to be this rebellious, edgy teenager that you are, because that's just what we want in Hollywood. That's who we pander to. So if you do that, you might buy our tickets, and therefore we'll make more money than we do because we know we're failing." Disney is just fucking terrible at everything that they do right now. They can't even make a proper Indiana Jones movie for the life of them. An Indiana Jones movie flopped. Star Wars has been flopping. Uh, Marvel has been flopping. There's not an original bone in the Walt Disney Company right now. And it's sad because we have kids today growing up with the fucking Lion King prequels, these Snow White films, and these live action Disney remakes. For what? For what? What are these made for? Who are these made for? I mean, yeah, it's cool to see it in live action for like 15 seconds. I can go on YouTube and watch clips and just go, okay, I'm over it. Let's move on. I want a movie from Disney. You guys need to make like eight, Deadpool Wolverines. And what I mean by that is the success that that movie had, okay, when they say, oh, Marvel's back. No, it's not. It is, in fact, not back at all. You need at least like eight of those Deadpool and Wolverines to at least go, okay, now I think we're stepping into the right direction. That's just stepping into the right direction. This is how much they have fallen. So that's why I love movies like Nosferatu. Like Robert Eggers, anything he makes, I'm in. Christopher Nolan, it's a little questionable about what he's doing right now with this historic film. The casting is a bit strange and a little virtue signalish. But anyway, we'll just see a trailer. We'll see how much it doesn't make sense, and we'll try to see how many Christopher Nolan diehard fans are trying to make it make sense because it's Christopher Nolan. And yeah, it's just Hollywood sucks. It just does. It does. Hollywood is just the epicenter of taking every franchise that you love and burning it into the ground. This show is not what it used to be anymore. Yeah, it's a dude doctor. Yeah, Russell T Davies is back, but that's not enough to get the audience who bounced when Whitaker was on board to come back and go, okay, we're back in safe hands. It is far from that. And and the example with Snow White here is that this is a textbook example of everything going against this film. Its star, the dwarves, the decision making on the dwarves, the production value. I mean, it looks like a TV movie. Doesn't really have that epic, otherworldly like feel to it. It feels like it's all shot on a set or in one of those sets with the digital image in the background that they're all obsessed with now, which looks kind of like shit now. And because you could kind of clearly tell that it's not really a location; it's a studio with an image. So things like that. This movie it's not like the worst thing that to ever come out, but I'm just gonna settle the argument at least here on this channel with me and you, my viewers. The movie's not that good. It's not that good. One thing I will give the movie credit for and the consistency that I like from the original to this one, The Mirror. This movie gets like a 3 out of 10. It is absolute dog shit of a film. Like I said, it's not the worst movie, but it's not good. It is not good. Rachel Ziegler fucked it up. But even if Rachel Ziegler didn't say any of those things, this movie would still have the same issues with its storyline, its decision making on the dwarves, the ending, the third act of the film. It seemed out of place, and it felt like they just re-edited the fuck out of this film. Just like with Brave New World, um, you know, with Captain America, it felt the movie felt very worked on to the point where you just couldn't do anything with it anymore. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame, but that's just what it is. So Doctor Who. Let's talk about Doctor Who. A new trailer was just released for season. Well, Shooty Got was second season, and like I mentioned with Doctor Who is a franchise that it's one of the longest running shows um, in history, aside from Star Trek. But the problem with this show now is that it's not it's not bringing in the numbers, the audience that it wants to. Because with everything that happened with the all of that from the Jodie Whittaker era, it really tarnished a lot of its credibility. Taking something that works and it doesn't need any fixing, and they decided, well, because she's a female and everything, we have to make her perfect, and we're gonna fucking blow everyone away. Well, guess what? It didn't. You drove the fan base out. Men and women said, "Fuck this." They checked out by trying to create an origin for the Doctor, uh, which was fucking retarded. You don't ever fix what's not broken. And a lot of these franchises want to do that. They think that, oh, I could be the hero of this franchise. I'm going to be the next Gene Roddenberry, says Kurtzman. I'm going to be, the Stephen Moffat of Doctor Who, says now Russell T Davies. When you could just do what you did before and it was successful, you made the Doctor uh, a role model for boys. The boys wanted to be him, the girls wanted to run with him, and that's what the show should have been. And instead, they were just wanting to do the fucking gay baiting, lesbian scissoring, fucking. It was fucking weird that even lesbians went, dude. So I don't want to hear this shit where people are like, "Oh, it's been working. There's just so many bigots out there that just don't like it." No, the show that they're making for now is the audience on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it these days. It is for that audience. Gone are the audience you know, that just want to watch a really good science fiction series. We want to see the Daleks, we want to see the Cybermen, we want to see, monsters, attacking people, the Doctor coming in to save the day. I don't want to see fucking Rosa Parks uh, being directed into history and shit and all this stuff. And the asteroid is named Rosa Parks. Like, that was dumb. It was dumb. Okay, so I don't want to hear any of this shit about, oh, Doctor Who's working. It's just people just don't are just not that inclusive. They don't want inclusivity, whatever the fuck y'all say. I don't care. Don't give me any activism in my entertainment. Give me entertainment. Okay? Capiche? Now, with all that being said, with all that being said, with all that being said, let's watch the trailer for Doctor Who, season whatever it is. Because I don't think this is that's another thing that they did was like, oh, this is the second season. No, it's not. It's more like the 15th season, right? Because this whole new era is just stupid. So, all right, let's see. Okay, it's been a while since I've done this. Do do do. Okay, excellent, excellent. Let's lower that. A lot of dead air happening as I'm doing this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just, yeah.
I am the last of the Time Lords. I'm from a different planet. An evolved life form? And I have waited for the day of your arrival.
Now, the thing about Shurigatwa's doctor is there's moments where I really like him, and then the majority I'm checked out. I'm checked out. I don't like his voice. I don't like his voice. It's not his fault. I mean, that's what his parents did to make him. That's not his fault. But if me as a casting director, I would never have picked this man to play the Doctor. There are at least two in mind that I would have picked. One of them is Ed Speleers from Star Trek Picard season 3, who played Jack Crusher. He's got the charisma, he's got the look, he's got that 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 feeling. Like, it takes me back to like a little bit of Matt Smith and a little bit of, Tom Baker isms that I see in that. And so I see a lot of charisma in that, and it's just he would kill as the Doctor. Another one, he's more of an actor, but an old friend of mine has mentioned this before. I was like, I could see that. I don't know, maybe now if he'd be cast as this character, but it's James McAvoy. James McAvoy, who played Charles Xavier and has been in a bunch of other films. He is in Split. Is that what it's called? Where he's the two personalities. He's also in that recent thriller that just came out like last year, that came and went. No one talked about it, but he was great. He's fantastic as an actor. I think he would kill also as like, if they cast him as I wouldn't complain. I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. James McAvoy has that, what you need to bring for the character, and you need actors like that to play the character. What's his name? The gentleman from Doctor Strange, Chiwetel Ejiofor. That dude, he's British. The dude, that guy can emulate and become the Doctor. Like, I've always said that there's so many actors out there that could portray this character. I don't understand where the casting director's head was at when they said, "Well, let's go check out this weird, obscure Netflix series called Sex Education." Never mind that guy. Never mind that guy. That guy. And the ideology behind this Bad Wolf production wouldn't shock you, of course. They want people to feel included. We need one of our own to be in there. Here's the problem: doesn't feel like the Doctor. I mean, sometimes it's just an actor who's trying to portray the Doctor. But when you watch Matt Smith, David Tennant, Peter Capaldi, Christopher Eccleston, Tom Baker, they all become this person, and you don't believe for a second they're an actor playing a role. You believe it's them. And that's where my argument comes. I guess my complaint against Shooty Gatwa. Nothing against the guy. I wish the guy well. I heard that he's not coming back because he has an agent here in the States. So he wants to venture into Hollywood and do what he's got to do. Look, hey, man, more power to you. That's great. That's awesome. I wish you the very best. But they really need to get a grip on this franchise. I love Doctor Who, but I love it so much that I am even aware of its problems. I'm not going to sit here blindly and go, it's perfect, it's great, it's fine. No, there are issues still. So hopefully, if they do want to give it a 5 year, I think they should give it a 10-year hiatus. Go back to the drawing board, but keep Maury Gold as your scoreman. Okay, the person who composes the music, because without Murray Gold, it doesn't feel like Doctor Who. And I'm sorry to say this, but I watched the original Doctor Who episodes with Tom Baker, which are fucking fantastic. Love them. John Petrie, love them. But I miss hearing Murray Gold's music. I miss it. And I wouldn't care. Look, I'm one of those. I don't fuck with don't put Jodie Whittaker in the original Doctor Who episodes just to appease the what? The 1%, the less than 1% of the audience out there that's watching it. Don't put any of those things. Okay? Don't change the effects. You don't have to. Just if you're gonna change something, give people something to listen to. Have Murray Gold recompose quite a bit of those episodes. Have him do that. That would be great. That'd be cool. You're not changing up the story. You're not changing altering you know, the episode to where it's like it fits in today's standards or some shit. Just keep Murray Gold. Murray Gold is he's a wonderful composer, and it speaks volumes that the music is so good that they have a fucking concert, um, Doctor Who Proms, about it. So it's just one of those things that I observe. All right, let's go right into this trailer, shall we?
I'm the doctor.
Doctor what?
Just the doctor.
All right then. I'm called the nurse.
Good team. You left Earth.
It's been 2 hours.
I got
6 months
Phil
ago.
Collins.
This should get you back.
Was that? Let's go back to that. Hold on. Was that Scarro? No, that's not Scarro. Doesn't look like it. But what's going on here? I have no idea. I think we've seen these robots before. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. They do remind me of those same robots we saw in that episode, Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, with Matt Smith. And it was the episode with Amy and Rory go on a ship, and the Triceratops were on the spaceship. And those look like the robots that were helping out that creepy old guy who sabotaged everything. And yeah, but anyway.
This should get you back. It is bigger on the inside than the outside.
You need to get me home.
You don't need to rush, because
This is a time machine.
Boom. 1952. 51st century.
He's got the bow tie on again, so I don't think they'll make any reference to the bow tie. Do you think he's going to say bow ties are cool? I don't know. Do you think people care? I don't know. But I will say this. The show looks gorgeous. It does. Doesn't mean that it's going to be great, but I'm just saying it looks aesthetically gorgeous. Gone are the days where Doctor Who looks cheap as fuck to make, which was part of the charm. That's why I watched it. I was like, this show looks like shit, but it's really good. It's really fucking good. It shouldn't be this good. It's really good. But yeah, Disney money.
The 803rd Interstellar Song Contest!
Oh, we're so safe.
Worst day.
Yes, Queen.
What year is this?
2007.
2007. Such a period piece. Fuck, we're old. Yeah, I knew it. It was Phil Collins that they were playing. I was gonna say it sounds like that song. It is. It's Phil Collins. Doctor Who trailers have been sucking for like the past almost 10 years now. There's like only one good Doctor Who trailer from back in the day, and that was I believe it was the 50th anniversary, where they show all the doctors and shit, and Matt Smith at the end, he's just like, I'm a G motherfucker. Like, I love it. Shit was good. Yeah. Anyway, those were the days. This jukebox, by the way, they brought it. They didn't do anything with it. They did it. Don't tell me, oh, they used it in the musical episode. They never used it in the musical episode. It was playing the Doctor Who theme. Like, why did you give him a jukebox and he's not using it? It's anyway.
Can't you get this box of yours fixed? Have you ever heard of the planet Earth? Never heard of it. My parents are back home. Are they safe?
I hope so.
Oh God.
What?
Roll up.
Doctor, what are you doing?
I think we're being animated.
Gosh, I'm all flat, and this waistline is impossible.
I will not fail you. Everything is out of sync.
Our entire reality is in danger. I promised that I would keep you safe.
But you can't promise.
That was cool.
I can. I will. I do.
Okie doke. Two things that I need to two things I need to discuss here. For one, oh, that's better. I was like, wow, cool. And it just shrunk me again. Anyway. It's an okay trailer. The Phil Collins music, it adds things to it, which I do appreciate. You want to, yeah. Most Doctor Who trailers are so generic. The music in the background's like, stock music somewhere. I don't know, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a fine trailer. Second thing that I noticed is that, like I said, the look of the show looks great. I just don't know if there is enough in that trailer to convince me that this show is going to be good or if it's going to pick up another season. I hope it does. I don't hope anything is bad. I hope everything is good. It's just you can't help but wonder because of what's happened in the past. But people can shock you and surprise you, and people learn from their mistakes. And when people learn from their mistakes, the comeback can be amazing. So let's just see what happens. What I don't like so far is that. Another thing that I wanted to point out, what I thought the positives of this trailer is that you actually get a taste of what the plot is, what the season's about. It's about returning somebody home. Okay, cool. It's been done 1,000 times, but I'm in. At least this trailer, unlike the previous Doctor Who trailers that we've been getting for like almost 10 years now. Okay, they tell you nothing, and then when you start watching it, you're like, what the hell is this about? What is this even about? It's because there was no clear indication with these editors as to what the plot is for this new season. So with this, I got it. I don't know why they couldn't do that with the first trailer for it, but whatever. I get it. It's the Doctor is trying to take somebody back home, back to Earth. They got involved, shit happens. Now they're lost somewhere and in the universe, in time and space, whatever, and now they have to get her the hell back home. I'm in. Let's go. Do I think it's going to be great? Probably not. But well, that's the thing. We will see. Sometimes people have really bad days at the office and they're good at that. And then they accidentally have a good day at the office. And they're like, oh. And then they say, well, that was my worst day. Everyone else is like, nah, dude. I feel like Russell T Davies, if this season is great and everyone is 100% on board, Russell T Davies is going to go, I hate this season. Too many toxic fucking men love my show. I only cater to the gays. Disingenuous assholes at the BBC, I swear. It's like, okay, Russell T, I know you're gay. Not every gay person shares your view of what gay is. Okay? Not every gay person likes trans people. Like they don't like there's people that just don't like people. Okay? That's just a fucking basic human fact of life, all right? Not everyone has to like somebody. So when Russell T Davies is out there going like, well, this community, we love and appreciate this other community. So no, dude, you're not the spokesman for the LGB, whatever the fuck letters now that's left there. You're not. So like there's gay members of my family. There's gay members of the family in my family. They will look at this show and go, this doesn't speak to me. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much you pander, it comes off as disingenuous. And Disney and BBC, unfortunately, they are in the disingenuous department because that's what they do best. If Disney came out and said, "We don't fucking care about anyone. Just watch our fucking movies. We just want to entertain people and get the fuck on with your lives." Guarantee Disney stocks, people will be shocked. Some people will be offended, but the stocks would go up. I'm telling you, stocks would go up. Don't believe me? Look at every other company out there that puts their foot down on the bullshit and look how successful they are, as opposed to the other ones out there that are like, we're standing up for whatever fucking cause they throw at us. So be like In and Out. In and Out, when everything happened like 4 years ago and things are still kind of bleeding from those events, In and Out stayed away and said, "We love our customers. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fuck your happy holidays." And guess what happened? Nothing. They became more successful. Why? Because they stayed out of it. They just continued to do what they did. They didn't go on their Twitter. There was nowhere on In and Out's social media page going, "We stand with the Ukraine. We stand with the Blockbuster colors. We stand with Ukraine." Like nobody cared. Nobody gives fucks about them except Hollywood. And Hollywood's trying to tell you you have to care about them. If you love us, you have to care about them. You have to care about all the causes. The causes. The fucking causes. Fuck Hollywood. And politics, just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The fact that the whole election thing was hilarious, and I got a lot of people going like, "Oh, you're a Trump supporter because you left Trump." I fucking don't like politicians. To pick a party is retarded. It's retarded as fuck. That's why I'm an independent. I stand outside the sidelines and I have a bucket of popcorn and I'm just watching the show. It just so happens that the right has better memes. They're funnier. They do have policies. And the left, they're weird. They're destroying Teslas, putting swastikas on them. And they got a lady who was a prosecutor, who was also a vice president, who didn't do shit and still was the person they were like, that person's going to be the president. And she was a joke. She was a joke. It was like having Carrot Top running for president. They're reading off scripts. They don't understand what they are saying themselves. It's so strange and weird. Um, and then you had all of Hollywood back this person up because that's the right thing to do. I don't understand the mindset, and then you've got the left side. They're like involved in all this weird celebrity cult shit that makes you question about like Satanism and all this stuff that's going on. Like, I know it's crazy, but you got to bear with me here because it's actually happening. It's so weird. And then you've got all this weird shit with the blue-haired fucking septum ring people out there that are speaking for all Democrats everywhere and all this stuff. And it's like, Jesus Christ. And you wonder why Trump won. Like, what Chris Gore from Film Threat, which you should subscribe to him if you haven't, or go look him up. He's fantastic. He's great. I met him once in an elevator. He probably doesn't remember, but I do. And he was awesome and just so insightful. He said it best. You vote for the policy, not the personality. And that's what people did. So when Rachel Ziegler tells half of the country, 50% of the country to go fucking kill themselves, okay? Yeah, it's not shocking that your Snow White movie that has a big budget from Walt Disney Pictures tanked. Tanked harder. It could have been a moderate hit, but I do believe because of Rachel Ziegler, it amplified a little bit of that loss. And if Rachel Ziegler was watching this video or any other YouTube video, I'm sure she just rolls her eyes and she'd just be like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's that that would be like, okay, well, if that's the case, which we know for sure that's what it would be. She's not watching these videos going, oh, gee, I got to change my method. No. Then it's comfortable to know that she's doubling down on her stupidness. If I was her agent, I'd bounce. If I was her PR person, I'd bounce. Um, and her movie career it's fucking finished. I know that she's going into this other movie. I forgot she got cast in something else, but that's it, man. That's it. Because if someone can do that to your movie, and you're a producer, I mean, look, Disney's getting sued right now because of what Gina Carano. Uh, she didn't do anything bad. She just posted something. People didn't like it, and she was one of those, Rachel Ziegler, to get everyone on board on the hate train for Gina Carano and to go after her. I don't believe in karma. I don't. I still don't. Um, and if people question that right now, like, how can you not believe in karma? Oh, go figure. Okay, well, there's a lot of bad people in this world, and they've got everything. Okay, they've got everything. They don't give a fuck if you're religious or not. Well, he's going to go to hell when he's dead. That doesn't matter. They lived the life they wanted. And then there are good people out there who do great things, selfless things, and they just get shit on. But, so I don't believe in karma. But if you want to call it karma, just to have some peace of mind for your brain and your soul so you could fucking rest, then yeah, this would be it. This would be Rachel Zegler's karma. Okay. Um, try to act like a rock star for Disney, try to act like, oh, I know what's weird is when a guy and a prince is stalking a woman, like, dude, she fucked it up bad. And it's kind of fine to think about because, hey, you shoot yourself. The only people I feel bad for are the people that actually worked hard on this movie and its production, only to come across Rachel Ziegler's video, and all of the things that she's been doing to make this film tank even more. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Actors just need to shut the fuck up. Yes, there are people too with opinions, but when you do that, you risk having an audience for yourself. So you gotta just pick your battles, Hollywood. And you know what? Video killed the radio star in the 80s. In 2025, you could argue and say that social media killed the movie star, not the radio star. They killed the movie star and the radio star and the podcasters out there. Social media will destroy your reputation if you're somebody who cares about it. So I don't understand. You've got the Jerry Ryans out there in the world who are just trying to force people to see things my way. Like you gotta be left, you gotta be fucking Democrat. Okay, well, you know what? Democrats are great. They're the best party. Okay, well, let's just see how many things, and let's go open our history books and let's see how many things Democrats are responsible for. Okay. So yeah, but we're not going to get into a political theater here, even though I just went on a political tirade for like I don't know how many minutes, but it's whatever, don't matter. Anyway, check out this wallet. This wallet was made by a 9-year-old. Well, technically, a 39-year-old too, but a 9-year-old made this wallet. It's pretty cool. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, no reason. It was right in front of me. Just wanted to talk about it. Oh, man. What a year. What a year. I'm not going to even get into it, but wow. I hope everyone is having a great year so far. I hope that people are doing okay. Um, you know, but damn, so much happening in the world of pop culture. So We've got more happening for this month, next month, the following months. We've got so much stuff planned for this channel, but I have been revisiting this franchise that I considered dead, but revisiting its anomaly from 2023, I couldn't help but just go back and watch it all. Star Trek. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately. Star Trek is like Doctor Who, like my safety net in life. It's my comfort. It's what I lean towards in escapism. Star Trek is just one of the most brilliant franchises out there. But like everything else in current day media, it's been tarnished. Now, Star Trek has a chance, though, at getting back up on its feet. They just need to make good Star Trek. They haven't done anything to the canon that completely destroyed it. I think Strange New Worlds, Discovery, all of that stuff takes place in an alternate universe. It has to. It doesn't make any sense for it to still exist within the canon because, like Robert Meyer Burnett said, Star Trek is a period piece of the future. It's not in our world. In Star Trek, 9/11 never happened. Okay. But a lot of the similarities have. World War II, World War III happens in the world of Star Trek. We're still not really yet sure what's happening in our political climate, but it's 2025, not the 2060s yet, so we still have time for that to happen. However, the eugenics war never happened in the 90s. So things like that. Star Trek Strange New Worlds confused me because they had a Noonien Singh on board the Enterprise. So the entire time I'm watching this first two episodes, because that's all I can get into, was where in the original series did Kirk, Spock, or the crew of the Enterprise, did we miss a part when Kirk said, "Hey, by the way, Khan, you had a family member that served with us." That would be a big fucking deal, right? Or the fact that Spock has a sister, a stepsister, all of a sudden, but yet you never mentioned it in the original series. You never mentioned that. So you're telling me that you have Michael Burnham and Cybok are your siblings? The fuck out of here with that. Even the Cybok thing is dumb, and that's existing canon, which is why Star Trek V is not a good movie, but it's not the worst Star Trek movie by any means of the imagination. So I could watch Star Trek V over and over again. There's so many things wrong with that film. Aside from the special effects, plot-wise, story-wise, script-wise, holy shit, dude. There are so many issues. I don't even know if a director's like I always campaign for one amongst with other people out there. My brother and I talked about it, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if they did what they did with the Star Wars trilogy and just took Star Trek V and just kind of redid its effects and stuff like that. Right now, I'm like, you have to like redo the script. You're gonna have to like rework on some things because there are a lot of things aside from the special effects that did not work for that film. So you might as well just leave it alone. Yeah, it would be cool to see better special effects, but in the long run, just just leave the movie as is. It's still fine. Section 31 exists, so Star Trek V is no longer a bad movie. uh, Neither is Insurrection or parts of Nemesis or massive parts of Generations. Section 31 exists. We're fine. All 10 films, fine. But anyway, so Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, Discovery, I don't care for it. I don't care for that. I do think that they take place in our history because in the first episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, they acknowledged the Capitol insurrection, which was just God, you could just tell when they were writing that script. They were like, we need to put this in there because it fucking matters. They'll think we're the good guys. It's just 9/11. Like, God, like, do you guys not know what Star Trek is? But, you know, your shows suck so bad that they had to make excuses for what period of your timeline it takes place in. Well, it's in an alternate universe. So now it's like, okay, Great. Our stuff, we don't have to worry about it. So technically, you could still do a Kirk and Spock prequel to Star Trek, but if you do it, don't have Alex Kurtzman behind it. Okay, you got to get a veteran Trek uh, renaissance to come in and to do something like that. And there's still room to show that. Me as a Star Trek fan, do I really need to see how Kirk and Spock met? No. We got an alternate universe version of that in J.J. Abrams's film, uh, which are two Star Trek films by name only, but those films are just absolute fucking garbage. It's just it's they're made by people who don't like Star Trek, so I don't understand the motivation behind any of the decisions that those films make. I will say the best thing out of those J.J. Abrams films is the cast. I thought the cast was fine. If you put them in a situation where in a really great script, an existing canon, I'd still buy those characters as the young versions of the characters we love in the original series and in the films. So, of all of the bad things to take from those two films, that's one of them. I used to like those movies up until I started to realize that this was the start of everything I dislike about Star Trek today. The Kelvin universe, the aesthetics, all of that stuff. I don't like it. I don't like it. So when Robert Meyer Burnett says Star Trek is a period piece of the future, it's very true because when you watch the 1960s show, for anyone that's new coming into Star Trek, sure, it's normal to react and go, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch this. It looks very dated. But that's the point. See, their 23rd century looks like that. Okay. So, like us, the audience, that's when you see like characters like in the 24th century admire Kirk and the Enterprise and all of that stuff. That's us, the audience today, going, that's Kirk. We love Kirk, the Enterprise, all that. So it plays well into that. So it makes sense. It's a period piece. That's what it's supposed to look like. You're not supposed to change it into the Apple store like you saw in the Star Trek prequels. So, um, yeah, I've been watching a lot of Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and they're just such amazing shows that you watch them and you go, what the fuck happened with television? What happened with science fiction? What happened to hiring writers who understand the mechanics of science fiction? There are none today. I don't think that there's anyone alive today to create stories like City on the Edge of Forever or Space Seed and things like that, because writers of great material from the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s, they were like World War II veterans who lived through the shit. They lived life, as opposed to a writer today for Star Trek Discovery who is a Gen Z writer who wrote two blogs about George Floyd and about oppression. And then they're like, gee, we could use her for Star Trek Discovery. And then there's no inclination of any science fact or any innovative writing as far as capturing an audience to bring them into this escape, to the 23rd century and just go with these people and go on an adventure with them like they did with us with the original crew, the Next Generation crew, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, even fucking Enterprise managed to grab you. And some of their episodes, which were fantastic, but that show had its problems. But to me, that was still true Star Trek. So gone are those days, man. Gone are those days. Now it's just like we got characters in Star Trek correcting engineers about their fucking pronouns and shit. Like it's so. You're the 23rd century and you're telling me that you're still fucking arguing about pronouns? Are you kidding me? Star Trek is dumb as fuck. Is it dead? Yeah, perhaps. But like I said, there's ways to bring it back from the dead. You just got to come out with at least 4 Picard season 3s. So, Star Wars, their problem is that they took something that was for boys And because now it's Disney and you got Kathleen Kennedy there, she's like, oh, I get to mold my own world. I'm George Lucas now. And she tried to make it into a girls brand, which that's like taking Barbie, which is clearly for girls, um, and you change it into a boys brand. Some will argue and say, well, that's what the movie Barbie did, because it was technically kind of like a Ken film, which I thought was funny. And it was definitely not intentional. The director fucked that up. She was like, I meant to do it that way. It's like, no, you did not, girl. Okay. Your editors knew what they were doing, and they took that script and made it into a dude film. And that's fine. It's whatever. I still think Barbie is not a movie for me. I watched it. I don't care. I have no opinion about it. It's not made for me. It's made for the fans of Barbie, and that's what it should be doing. Wicked is a film that's made for Wicked fans. It wasn't woke. It wasn't. It was just doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's for that audience. Star Wars. Why the fuck is it so hard for y'all to just make a Star Wars product? They just have to force your intersectional feminism and your wokeness and your agenda driven shit, and it's like you just make the Acolyte. Like, that's what happens when you fuck with it. It's the Acolyte. Star Wars is dead. Star Wars to me is 6 films. I don't care about Andor. I don't care about The Mandalorian anymore. I don't care about. I just don't care. Anything beyond Return of the Jedi, I could give 2 shits about. If you want more Star Wars content, I suggest you check out the expanded universe, which they call Legends. Bullshit. They're not Legends. They're the expanded universe. There are thousands, hundreds of stories out there that take place in a galaxy far, far away that are amazing. And they all have characters that we all love: Han, Luke, Leia, Lando, 3PO, R2. All of them, they're back in numerous adventures, and they're fun and they're awesome to read. And if you have the audiobooks, check those out because they're fucking great. And for the life of me, I will not understand why they couldn't take any of the source material and adapt those into movies. I don't understand that. Why did they do that? Why? Why? Anyway, I think I'm going to check out here. I think I'm done. I think I am. I don't know. Just going to go home and wait, I am home. Oh man. But look, it's been fun. I have fun doing these. But this is, like with everything in life, there's just a lot of things that happen in my life. So it's kind of hard to kind of just prop open my computer and just start talking to you guys. But hey, I have fun doing so. But anyway, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm done talking. I'm done talking with y'all. But I do want to get into Cobra Kai. I will definitely have my Cobra Kai review for you guys very soon. I'm like I said, I'm currently in the middle of season 6, and there's pros and cons to the show. I know a lot of people love this series. I love this show, but I have to acknowledge the things that I have some issues with. But I'll go into detail with those in my initial review. So yeah, I'll get that done. Plus, I do have, like I said, I was talking about Star Trek. I am going to have some Star Trek reviews out there. I'm going to start doing like random reviews and discussions about certain things, science fiction, horror, all that stuff. We live in a world today where this channel was kicked off because I wanted to do movie reviews, go see some screenings early, go review the film before it comes out, all that stuff. I did that. I had my time. It was fun. COVID happened and fucked everything up for movie theaters and all that stuff. So it allowed people, YouTubers, to kind of create and kind of take their channel into a different direction. Keep what you had, but also upgrade it a bit by adding more and discussing more. And that's what I'm going to do here for you guys. And this year, hopefully, is a better year than any of the past when it comes to this channel. And also, of course, in life, I always wish myself and everyone to have a fantastic, brilliant year. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but that's life. So we just have to take what we have, strike hard, or was it strike fist or strike fist, strike first, strike hard, and no mercy. Those are the 3 steps to Cobra Kai, and that's how you really have to approach life. And but pick your battles. Pick your battles. Uh, and never, ever, ever uh, take things for granted. And take what you have, and if it's disappointing, put it in your fist and you punch your computer screen. I'm just kidding. No, don't do that. But just, I don't want to give life lessons here. Just move the fuck on and just be happy. That's all I have to say to people. Um, and that's all there is to it. So next week, folks, no. But, just be happy, live your life, be kind to others, um, and just follow your heart, follow your brain. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. All I know is I'm alive, 39 years old. I'm still alive. So I'm doing something right, right? Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I will talk to you guys again this week at some point, right? Yeah, maybe tomorrow. But all right. I'll see you then. Bye.